Wait, is what Lil Scrappy said true? Once again, when fans were still attempting to sort out the mess caused by his Bambi crisis, rumors are already circulating that Scrappy could have surreptitiously walked down the aisle with a stranger. And, to make matters worse, not a single blog has noticed it since it went down. The greatest shock, however, is that Erica Dixon, his ex-fiancée, didn't just remain quiet. Social media is aflutter after she revealed bombshells during her Instagram livestream. Erica went from subtly hinting at the supposed bride's name to openly discussing it, although she didn't refrain. Some claim that this may be the most petty and intimate lack of clapback in years. Fans are in disbelief, insiders are in a panic, and now everyone wants to know why Scrappy hid and who the mysterious lady is. It from the outside world. It all began with a grainy picture. A single blurry, off-center photo was swiftly removed from a random Instagram story, but not before the it was captured on the internet. Only the side profile of a guy wearing a tuxedo. Partly obscured by a veil is a lady wearing a white lace gown. The scene, a beachside at dusk. Enigmatic, romantic. However, this is the section that had fans' mouths on the ground. That guy in the tux was identified by some as Lil Tenacious. It seemed impossible at first. Lil Scrappy got married once more. In private, he and Bambi had just had a very public divorce, and their tumultuous breakup had dominated headlines for many months. From custody disputes to allegations of infidelity, Scrappy seemed to be the last individual prepared to enter into holy marriage once again. However, fans and the internet never slumber. Don't overlook anything. Immediately, the blog's comment area exploded. Those are definitely Scrappy's ears. The bridegroom's he is the perfect height. That neck tattoo eye seems familiar to me. No, I'm not insane. And as soon as some believed it may be a troll job that was photoshopped, the chronology was struck like dynamite by a piece of evidence. A registration for a wedding with the name Daryl Richardson, the true identity of R. Scrappy, was discovered online along with the initials of an unidentified lady. Junior. The wedding is just 2 days away. The picture was leaked. The venue is a private event invite only on Miami Beach. Cell phones are not permitted. Let's take a moment now to second. Scrappy isn't one to disguise huge movements, as anybody who knows him would attest. This guy maintains his integrity whether it's via his music, his altercations, or his very visible romantic life. Street drama. So why the secrecy at this time? Why the limited guest list, the code names, and the lack of promotion? The mystery. Become more complicated when Mama D. That evening, an outspoken mother tweeted a mysterious remark. A few unions some are created in hell, while others are formed in paradise. Remember that Mom always knows best. Admirers went crazy. Currently, people were reading through Scrappy's most recent posts, searching for anything that might link him to a new lady by reading tales and tagging photos. But prior to Dixon going live, he had been too silent. This is now where the narrative erupts. His daughter's mother and ex-wife, Erica Dixon, Scrappy Amani, and him have been back and forth for years. Once they were involved, and despite parting ways, their shared mess and co-parenting have kept them connected. However, Erica's actions that evening became viral online. She streamed live on Instagram, with that expression in her eyes while drinking wine in a silk robe. You are aware of the one. Oh, I got time today. She didn't specifically mention Scrappy. She didn't have to, but she didn't. This is exactly what she stated. A guy has no business making if he can't fulfill even one promise. Promises made to a different lady. Simply, you may dress in a tux, speak a few words, cut a cake. But that marriage isn't genuine if your soul is still dirty. It's a performance rather than a commitment. Hugh, that was just the beginning. Erica streamed live for 28 minutes. Additionally, each and every A-master lesson in dodgy truth bombs. Second felt. The audience was shaken. She once produced an old scrapbook from her time spent with Scrappy and displayed a picture taken during their engagement celebration. Then he looked the same, half in love, half bewildered. Comments were exploding. She's referring to a scruffy with gentle jazz playing in the background. OMG Jer is pulling him. A wedding is essentially a performance mic drop, Sis really stated. However, the greatest surprise occurred when a fan in the comments, Erica, directly questioned her, "Is Scrappy married or not?" Didn't recoil. "He's somebody's problem now," she replied, taking a drink of her wine. "May God bless them both." That moment passed, immediately went viral. A dot. Excerpts from the Within Minutes live began trending on TikTok, Twitter, and YouTube, and every major gossip site shared it. There was a flurry of theories. Was Erica injured? Is she cautioning the new wife? Or was she secretly envious? Since we haven't even discussed the identity of this mystery lady, let's take a little digression. A dot. Nobody has been able to verify her complete identity. JR and a few wedding attendees are the only initials that are known. Reportedly disregarded the no-phone rule and made reference to a Houston model. Scrappy had been discreetly seeing someone several months without drawing attention to it. There were even rumors that Carly Red was invited to the wedding and was aware of everything, but she turned it down out of devotion to Erica. Crazy, huh? Spice, another member of the El Haddle cast, shared a single-sentence tale. Secrets come out. See for yourself. Fans already want explanations. This bride is who? Why did Scrappy keep it a secret? And what specifically set off Erica's abrupt storm of lyrical darkness? An insider connected to the manufacturing of El Haddle somebody anonymously informed Tana. The producers were unaware that they were really intending a moment when Scrappy and another ex make amends. Now, however, the whole tale arc has to be modified. Erica is going to go crazy about everything. What comes next, then? Part 2, however, is going to escalate this problem to a new level because what? Screenshots of Mrs. Wedding guest lists and even audio are on the verge of leaking. Messages directly from the unidentified bride. Additionally, you won't believe her remarks about Dixon, Erica. As Erica's live video on Instagram kept going viral, it was quickly followed by a clapback from a member of Team Scrappy. Additionally, not only anyhow, it was JR, the bride-to-be who remained anonymous. Yes. After being quiet for days and allowing stories to run wild, this new lady finally came out of the shadows. With a roar. Jelena Rivera is a 28-year-old store owner, Houston-based model with a modest Instagram following. However, that changed. All night. She shared a rotating collection of previously unpublished images, a beach sunset, a wedding band on Scrappy's finger that was blurry but obviously genuine. Next, the bride and groom sharing a kiss as their shadows are reflected in the sea. Caption. They said that we wouldn't. We did it for ourselves. Privately married, our cheer loved in tranquility online. Fans who were broke flocked to her site. Those who believed it to be all caps got visual evidence all of a sudden. This was neither a staged shot nor a music video. This was intimate, honest, and unvarnished. Additionally, in that one for 2 days in a row, Stelina Rivera's tweet was the most searched term on Black Twitter. But she wasn't finished yet. Minutes after it was posted, DMs began to seep. Numerous rumor websites claim that Jelena had been getting comments from Erica's admirers criticizing her, doubting her motives, and claiming that she is a home destroyer. You know what she did? After taking a screenshot of them, she fired back on her Instagram story. You guys are upset with me as if I stole a man. It's been years since that guy was claimed. Don't be upset that he ultimately decided on peace. I'm not here to debate anything. I'm here to construct a house. It was Erica's turn. Boom. The fire, the shade, and the accuracy. Social media exploded. A dot. Twitter exploded. She's talking her speak, I see. Erica is about to go live once again. I sense it. Scrappy continues to bounce like musical chairs from drama to a ring. By this moment, the hip-hop and love scene was in ruins. The producers were unaware. Even though this was fantastic television, everything was occurring in real time and off script, so we weren't sure whether to rejoice or freak out. Another leak occurred just as the dust was starting to settle. A voice Jelena apparently emailed a message to a close acquaintance, who sent it to the Jasmine brand, which promptly publicized it. I wasn't trying to start no war, but let's be clear, are a cabin, Jelena is heard stating in the recording, resentful. She believed she would always have the advantage since they share a kid. However, I am aware of the true Scrappy. He didn't want another reality TV show, and I knew the person who endures silent suffering. Circus. I offered him love because I wanted it. Hugh. She was correct, as a few hours later, Scrappy himself shared, with a little caption. Image showed him clutching Jelina's hand, showing off his wedding band, with the words, "I keeping this a secret so I could keep it safe. You can now speak." At that point, Erica Dixon went live once again, and this time she had a silk press and glam makeup look, set, and a new vigor in her eyes. More fire, less shadow from drinking wine and direct heat. She got off to a great start, so we're now uploading rings. All right, I really am delighted for you guys. But when no one else wanted him, don't pretend that I didn't take him up. Remember who prayed for him while he was falling and who assisted him in rebuilding. She didn't mince words this time. She called Jelana by name. I'm not sure, Miss Rivera. You never had I have an issue with you, but don't attempt to change the past the way you rescued that guy. I gave him years and you got 5 months and a ring and believe you won. He was hardly prepared to rescue himself. Well, we'll see how it turns out. She was inundated with live streams. Shaddam G. She said that in order for Jelina to marry him, she prayed for him. I need these kinds of weekly updates since I'm involved. A series. By this point, the whole thing had turned into the season's biggest scandal. Greater than any official LHL plot, and to make it even more outrageous, Mama D came in. She sang a duet in response to Erica's second leave-in during the TikTok conversation. She didn't say anything, but her looks were telling. As if she knew the tea before it boiled, she nodded, arched her eyebrows, and took a drink of the tea. She just murmured, "Stay tuned," at the end. The Queen is aware of your shortcomings. So, let's quickly review. Going live twice, Lil Scrappy, secretly wed Erica. LHH producers are delivering cryptic bombs in a subtle yet aggressive manner, rushing to compose the next season as soon as possible. But this was no longer just a social media feud. Real lives were being impacted, and something more profound was simmering under the glamour and shadows because there was a fresh story on the horizon. Scrappy's daughter, Imani, had purportedly commented on her private TikTok. Fans questioned if she was upset over her dad's unexpected recent marriage. And let's not forget what Imani wrote. Yes, it makes a huge difference. For a little while, everything seems to calm down, and then, boom. An additional spark ignited the internet. Fans alleged that a 10-second TikTok video was released from Imani Richardson's personal pals. In the grainy footage, a contestant pushed everyone into a tailspin. I don't care if Imani lip-syncs to a popular song. However, if I say something, everyone will feel wounded. She is wearing the most carefree butterwear while staring straight into the camera without any tags or captions. People were furious. Is she making fun of her father, wondering? She was raised by Erica, so she's obviously not here for this new marital catastrophe. Yes, she is clearly spying on everything. The video was quickly picked up by websites, and while nothing was confirmed or denied by Imani herself, the time was clear. Screenshots of an angry group text were shared anonymously on Gossip Graveyard, and then the bombshell arrived. Conversation purportedly involving Scrappy, Erica, and a third number stored as wifey. The texts obviously said, Jelina. Erica, you don't use Instagram to introduce a new wife to our daughter. Posts. You mean, it, Scrappy. I'm a Scrappy, I promise to take care of it. Why do you constantly strive to provoke a conflict? Jelina? Although no one is attempting to be her mother, she is welcome to meet me with that attitude. We can wait. Exactly, Erica. You need to wait or avoid seeing her at everything, as in, drop. The internet was screaming. The covert beach wedding that had begun had now devolved into a full-fledged mixed family conflict, and supporters swiftly chose sides. On one side, Erica and Imani standing up for the relationship they developed with Scrappy through years of commotion, devotion, and realism. TV heartbreak. Conversely, Scrappy and Jelina assert that there is peace, progress, and the right to proceed in quiet. That's not all, however. Erica had not finished. 3 days later, she took an unexpected action. She took a seat for an exclusive YouTube video, the actual T-Chat interview. Joanne broadcast everything. These are a sum of the more outrageous statements made throughout the interview. While motionless, Scrappy was observing her. Asleep at my home, informed me that he wasn't prepared to be married again. Then, 2 months later, he is making vows on a beach. I earned the respect of a discussion, even if I never wanted him back. Our daughter did the same. In only 48 hours, 3 million people saw the interview. In the meanwhile, Scrappy stayed creating a mysterious Instagram story with a dark screen and text growing, and mostly remaining quiet. Come with distance, not approval. But guess who said anything at last? Up? Mama D. Yes, the royal family of Atlanta. With a full Instagram live that included backdrop candles, the instigator finally ended her habit of not leaving a remark. Dramatic music and the type of drama that she alone is capable of producing. Let me, she said. Say this slowly. A prince who flees to marry someone else without the queen's consent, I was not invited. And blessing may mean losing the whole kingdom. I certainly wasn't appreciated and wasn't consulted. The comments went wild. That's not how we do in the palace. At one point, Mama D essentially disowned him. Atlanta is split over this wedding. I promise. However, the viral moments are now behind us, and the true question was the drama. What follows? Will Amani agree? Was Jelena involved with her father? Will Erica and Jelena ever have a face-to-face meeting for the LHH cameras? Will Scrappy be forgiven by Mama D? Has she finished with her own son? The craziest portion comes next. As said by an Atlanta love and hip-hop producer, a forthcoming mid-season bombshell episode will highlight all of this. The call sheet leak was discovered. Indeed, Yanni, I take it you read that. A possible vow Mad herself crashed the scene of regeneration. Just on LH, just in Atlanta, just tenacious. If you felt that this story was too complicated, once again, since reports claim that Scrappy's Bambi, the ex-wife, is going to join the conversation. Using her own invoices, and let's just say, she is not arriving in silence. Hit that then. Like, switch on and hammer that subscribe button. Your alerts due to the next episode of this messy, amazing, sleazy hip-hop soap opera is quickly approaching. And believe me, you want to avoid missing it. Docker Team Erica. Team Yulina. Perhaps the only queen that is Docker Team D matters. Leave your choice in the space provided here, below.